evening from wherever you're watching as from. This is Lookuptv Weekend. One way to welcome you and usher in your weekend. And we've got you covered on all matters, current affairs, politics, and of course the business front and the sporting action as well. I am Nancy Nelimah, and our sign language interpreter for tonight is Felista Adundo. And before we get into what we have prepared for you, here are our top stories. Tonight on Lookuptv Weekend.
Use the gun to defend the public. Use the gun to defend the property of the public. And use the gun to defend yourself.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki puts bandits on notice as he led the commemoration of fallen heroes and heroines in the police force.
Sentence. You can take 3rd of February.
The 4 suspects convicted for the murder of Willie Kimani and 2 others plead for leniency as court pushes their sentencing to February 2023.
We have hence instructed the Ministry of Lands to cancel those allocations and reinstate the land to Kenyatta University.
And Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua apologizes to Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor, saying the land in question belongs to the institution. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. The hashtag is the Lookuptv Weekend, and you can also stream the live broadcast across all our social media platforms where we are at Lookuptv. And so we begin. Internal Security Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has instructed police officers to use their firearms if need be to defend themselves and Kenyans from the threat of criminals. Kithure has reiterated that the government will go hard on criminals and will not allow them to threaten the lives of security officers on duty. Speaking at a ceremony mounted in honor of men and women who lost their lives in the line of duty between November last year and November this year, the CS revealed the government has an elaborate plan to take care of welfare of serving officers.
One by one, top leadership in the security sector in the country laid their wreath beneath a tower mounted in honor of police officers who died in line of duty in their quest to protect the country. A somber mood that engulfed the event was enough to elicit strong words from Inspector General of Police Japhet Koome and CS Kithure Kindiki. Kindiki instructing the police to discharge their firearms when the need arises to protect themselves and Kenyans from the threat posed by criminals.
Officer ako kazi yake ya kusindikisha pesa za benki kuu. Amepata barabara imefungwa. Ameanza kutupiwa mishale. Ako na bunduki. Jameni. Kwani hiyo bunduki ni kalamu aanze kuandika nayo? Tumefunza maofisa wetu njia ya kutumia bunduki. Ofisa hatakubali kuuawa kwa mshale na ako na bunduki, atatumia bunduki.
Use the gun to defend the public. Use the gun to defend the property of the public. And use the gun to defend yourself. The
two leaders expressing their displeasure in the manner in which police officers are occasionally targeted for condemnation as they discharge their mandate.
Musitishwe na busy bodies. Kuna busy bodies kadhaa ni kusema shika polisi, shika polisi. Leo tunalia hapa, siwaoni wako wapi? Ni kule nje tu kusema shika fulani. Shika fulani, shika polisi huyu.
It is as if that police officers are supposed to wait and be killed. And their work is to wait for bandits and cattle rustlers and terrorists to shoot them dead. It is as if a police officer who is armed to protect the public is supposed to wait until members of the public are killed by criminals.
In defense of his officers, CS Kindiki says he will not sit back and allow criminals take the lives of innocent men and women in uniform. His words being echoed by Japhet Koome, who says police department will remain steadfast in protecting Kenyans.
In a serious democracy, even one officer going down through criminal fire is reason enough for us to review how we operate. I am not going to wait until I lose more officers.
And we shall not be intimidated. We have a mandate to protect life and property. I repeat, we shall not be cowards. We shall not be intimidated. We are going to discharge our mandate as stipulated in the constitution of this country.
As a nation united in remembering the fallen heroes and heroines, Kindiki declared the government of William Ruto is determined to secure their welfare and that of their families.
I take cue from the president and promise our country that we are going to take extraordinary measures going forward to make sure we modernize, we update, we upgrade the level of compensation and the care that we give our officers, men and women in uniform, to make sure that as they serve the country also appreciates the sacrifices that they make.
As part of our effort to support the bereaved families, we are backed. And this was a deliberate decision on recruitment of qualified widows and children of fallen officers into the service as recruit constables.
The police department today mounted the tower to celebrate the lives and the brilliant work of officers who lost their lives in service to the nation between November last year to December this year. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Tende. Now to the corridors of justice. The sentencing of the convicts in the murder case of lawyer Willie Kimani, his client Josephat Mwende, and the taxi driver Joseph Mwiruri will be delivered on 3rd February, following the conclusion of their mitigation at the High Court. The three convicted police officers, through their lawyers Cliff Mbete and Kato Kigen, pleaded with trial Judge Jesse Lesit for lesser sentences, saying they regret their conduct and had reformed while in custody.
After the conclusion of mitigation, the fate of the four convicts in the murder of lawyer Willie Kimani, the sentencing of the four has been set for February 3rd, 2023. Justice Jesse Lesit gave the directive on Friday, saying the court was heading for recess due to the December holiday celebrations.
The sentence, you can take 3rd of February. Saying the court is going on recess. So I will either send it to be delivered by someone else or directions will be given. But that will be the date.
The family of slain lawyer Willie Kimani had asked the court to issue maximum sentences for the three police officers and a civilian police informer who were found guilty of killing the trio.
This is the moment that he also takes the opportunity to apologize to the family, because the opportunity had never arisen. He would not be able to talk to them or call them. They had no phone, there is no connection. He apologizes to the family members, and some of them are here. He's saying sorry. He regrets this incident. But then even for the family to start healing, they must also start by forgiving. Because as long as that pain and anger is still in the heart, then nobody is healing.
Stephen Cheburet, Sylvia Wanjiku and police informer Peter Ngugi were found guilty of the murder of lawyer Willie Kimani this year by Justice Jesse Lesit, with the defense through their lawyers Cliff Mbete and Kato Kigen pleading with the court for mercy on the clients.
And he has reflected, he has thought about it. And realized that this was wrong. And it is on that bended knee that he comes before you and tells you that for the last 6 years, this regret has been on a daily. If he has regretted, my lady, isn't that a candidate that you need to forgive? These regrets have got a way of eating into you psychologically, and it gives you pressure, it gives you ulcers. All this is what he has told me. And this is as a result of this incident and the regret. Then I think he has suffered enough. And that's what I'm telling this court.
Willie, a lawyer working with the International Justice Mission, was brutally murdered alongside his client Josephat Mwenda and taxi driver Joseph Mwiruri on June 23, 2016. The three victims were abducted from their car as they left Bavoko Law Courts, where Willie had gone with Mwenda, his client. Their bodies were later found dumped at the Oldonyo Sabuk River, wrapped in black gunny bags. According to police, after the abduction, they were held for a few hours at the Syokimau police post before they were taken to a field where they were killed. Brian Amuai, Lookuptv.
And elsewhere, police in Kasarani have arrested James Obwangi Nyakundi for impersonation. He was posing as the officer in charge of crime at Kasarani police station. He is alleged to have been extorting money from bar operators in the area. The suspect is set to be arraigned at the Makadara courts. And Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has said that the Kenyatta University land that had been donated to the World Health Organization will be promptly be returned to the institution, adding that the land was allocated illegally. Speaking at the 52nd graduation, Gachagua apologized to Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor Professor Paul Wainaina for his ouster, which he now says was unfair and humiliating.
Had things gone wrong and Dr. William Ruto was not elected as president, your land had already been grabbed after Professor Wainaina and the council were removed. We have hence instructed the Ministry of Lands to cancel those allocations and reinstate the lands to Kenyatta University. And President William Ruto made a promise during the campaign that if elected president, one of the things he'll do is to reinstate the University Council and Professor Wainaina as Vice Chancellor. Has it happened or it has not happened? Sinikusema na kutenda. And I want to say and I want to challenge all those given the responsibility to run our institutions. Please be firm. Never be intimidated to do the wrong things. Professor Wainaina refused impunity. He refused to cooperate in allowing people in the previous administration to grab land for this university. He paid the ultimate price. He was humiliated in public. He was demeaned and he was dismissed as Vice Chancellor. He walked with his head tall but stood firm. That is a way. Never again in this country, in our government.
And we take a very fast break here on Lookup Weekend. So much more happening on the other side, including the Nairobi Festival.
So mimi nilikuwa mmoja wa timu kubwa ya Hasla na gojea mazao yake.
Na bila shaka mpenzi mtazamaji, ni awamu nyingine tena ya bunge la mwenyeji ambapo tunasikia tu maoni ya wenyeji, hasa wananchi wa kawaida. Je, maoni ni yapi?
Anakwambia wananchi ndio kila kitu. Unaona dips na system ni wananchi. Unaona vile wamenyorosha watu bwana.
Tumeng'oa nanga kwenye bunge la mwenyeji.
So ile kitu nasema tunamuomba asituachilie.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Lookuptv. This is Lookup Weekend. Nancy Nelimah here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. Leaders in Laikipia County have called on the government to make sure those who shot dead the location chief are brought to book. The leaders spoke during the late Nyangere's funeral at his home in Tiamamut in Laikipia North constituency. Jacob Nyangere was killed in broad daylight at his home by armed bandits 2 weeks ago.
It is a service of the late Jacob Nyangere, who was killed in broad daylight at his home by armed bandits. An incident that has left relatives and residents of Laikipia in shock and with lots of questions about their safety. A murder that has been described as brutal has left the community in fear. The volatile Isiolo-Laikipia border has claimed many lives, and leaders are now calling on the government to act swiftly and protect lives and properties at risk.
Omba County Commissioner, msije mkawa kama wale wengine waliotangulia. Manake natembea alikuja hapa, akatutembelea na maneno mengi tu. Baada ya kurudi, alirudi na maneno yote, hakuna kitu ilifanyika. Yani isiwe ikawa serikali ya kutoa vitisho bure, hakuna kitu inafanyika.
The Independent Police Oversight Authority, IPOA, has been criticized for allegedly being a major stumbling block in the fight against banditry, where police officers fail to fully use their firearms for fear of apprehension.
Hawa mnaona hapa wa security team, mara nyingine hata wao wametiwa balidi sana na watu wanaitwa IPOA, kwa sababu wakifuatilia ng'ombe na afanye yale mambo wanafaa kuyafanya, bado wanaogopa kwa sababu watashikwa na IPOA. Wakati huu ndio tunaomba ya kwamba wabunge wetu waende kuangalia hiyo sheria tena, kwa sababu wale wanafaa kutulinda wakifanya kitendo ile kwa sababu ya muhalifu, bado wanafuatiliwa. Sasa unashindwa hata ile bunduki walipewa, kwani ilikuwa ya kazi gani?
Laikipia North Member of Parliament Sarah Korere has lamented that the courts have been releasing criminals on bonds once they are arraigned and they get back to committing these atrocities to the people.
We cannot be dealing with activist courts. Mahali mkora anashikwa, ameua watu, anaanza kuambiwa jitetee, atishukua wakili, kesho kutwa amepewa bond, anarudi kuua wengine. We cannot go like that.
The leaders have called for quick implementation of the policies that the Interior CS Kithure Kindiki made last week when he visited the area and eulogized the chief as a strong leader who protected his people only to be killed 1 month to his retirement.
Hii kazi itakuwa ngumu ikiwa askari akishika mwizi anatoka na board, anajipiga kifua, anauliza utadu. Alafu barua kubwa kurasa kama 5 anaandikiwa akiulizwa na IPOA. Mimi nitaomba tusifanye vikao kwa mikawa, tuje tufanye mikutano na wananchi, ndio wananchi muongee.
Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika on Friday suffered a setback after Nakuru High Court revoked her move to allow matatus back to Nakuru CBD. Justice Hilary Chimitei has directed that matatus should return to their old termini outside the CBD pending the hearing and determination of a petition against the governor's directive. The move has, however, been welcomed by traders who lauded the court's decision.
Governor amefanya hii decision bila kuconsult hii watu wako nyuma yetu, amefanya kivyake na amehamisha stage, ameleta congestion, ameumiza maisha ya watu wengi sana. Koti imetoa order ya kuwa matatu yote irudi mahali ilikuwa, ambayo order tuko nazo tutapelekea Mheshimiwa Susan Kihika, na tunaamini kuwa atafuata vile order ya mahakama itamwambia na arudishe stage yote irudi mahali ilikuwa.
Mimi kama muuzaji wa chai na chakula hapo kwa stage ya Jack, sisi tulipomchagua mama yetu tulidhani tutasaidika, na kwa sasa vile tukajua stage tumeletewa, tukajipanga kibiashara, tukafanya mambo zetu 1 2 3. Kwa ghafla tu stage ikatolewa, hatukujua vile imetolewa, yapelekwa ndani, tukaacha strand atapelekwa palipa kuuzia chai. Sasa tunashindwa tutafanya aje juu baada ya magari kutoka, baadaye kukafensiwa, hatukujua sasa tuko pande gani na tujaonyeshwa kwa kuenda. Sasa sisi kama wamama tunalilia tutaenda wapi na tutasaidika wapi?
Ungewaita hawa watu wa chini, waambie kwamba maana mimi natoa magari penye ziko na mimi nimeweza kupanga town. Nyinyi pia nimewapanga pale na nyinyi mtakuwa mkiuzia pale na biashara zenu itakuwa mkifanyia pale. Lakini maana baada ya kufanya mambo yote alinyamaza na akawa ya kwamba hakuna mtu anaweza watetea. Lakini nashukuru Mungu ya kwamba mahakama pia imewapea haki yao, ili ya kwamba anapopanga na anapoendelea kuunda stage pia ajue ya kwamba kuna wale wachuuzi wadogo ambao anaweza wapanga na pia wao wametosheka.
And back to Kenya's capital, Nairobi residents have urged Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja to extend the ongoing Nairobi Festival during Christmas period, as most families would enjoy it. The Nairobi Festival started on 12th of December and was to end on 17th.
It was ending. The place is so fun. I actually would like if they could just leave it until Christmas so that people can enjoy themselves. Yeah.
I'd like to tell Mr. Sakaja that for this place it is giving you an experience that you've never ever anywhere in life, in the world or in life, will ever experience. So I'd like to ask him ayeke hadi Christmas for ndo watu wakuja wa enjoy. This is a life changing experience. At least nimekuwa na experience ya venye watu wako huko space wamefeel na wana enjoy. Yeah.
Nashukuru gavana wetu wa Nairobi Johnson Sakaja aziniangache hii sherehe iendelee tu hadi Christmas hivyo. Watu wengine ambao hawajawahi kuja huku nao waweze kukuja wakajionea mazuri yako huku. Nimesikia tu iko poa, azinsi watu wenye tumekuwa tukikaa huko mtaani tumeona kama tumepoteza mingi. Azinsa ningependa tu kuambia gavana wetu wa Nairobi aongeze kidogo masiku ndio watu wenye wajaweza kufika huku. Kuna watu wanatamani kufika huku lakini hawajaweza, ndio wapate time ya kuweza kufika huku.
Kwa majina ni Benjamin na nimefurahia sana kukuja hapa Uhuru Park kwa sababu kulingana na vile tulikuwa kitambo na sasa maji ndio ilikuwa inakava huku kote. Sasa at least tunaweza angalia Sakaja amejaribu kutengeneza uwanja, imekuwa uwanja imekaa kama kweli vile inasema Uhuru Park.
Indeed, and just a day left to the end of that festival. And of course, we'll be looking to see what the governor will have to say about that. And the festival happening at Uhuru Park at the heart of Nairobi City. And now let's shift gears and talk matters business. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has said that the Kenya Kwanza government is determined to support the Kenya Airways and save it from its problems, help it regain its pride as a national courier. Speaking at the Moi International Airport in Mombasa, Gachagua flagged off the first direct flight by Kenya Airways from Mombasa to Dubai.
Kenya Airways having faced various challenges, including making losses for a period of time and the recent strike by its pilots. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has said that the government is aware of the challenges and it is willing to support the national carrier to help it regain its pride.
KQ has made it look easy and obvious. However, we are aware of the various challenges the airline continues to face. The Kenya Kwanza administration is determined to support the airline regain its full pride.
The DP further said that the flight to Dubai from Mombasa will boost the tourism sector and create employment opportunities in the coastal region.
This is a huge milestone for our aviation industry and associated sectors. The launch of this flight marks yet another initiative of sustaining millions of jobs in the tourism sector and the coast region. By connecting the Kenyan coast to Middle East, the travel time is effectively reduced, thereby making Kenya one of the most attractive destinations for the Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya Airways has once again brought pride to the nation. When the flight lands back here from Dubai, it will bring forth visitors, prompting our hospitality industry.
The Deputy President has thanked political leaders from the coast for agreeing to work with the Kenya Kwanza government in fostering development in the region.
Huyu gavana wenu, mtoto wa Nasir rafiki yangu, ametusukuma sana mambo ya hii safari. Na tungetaka pia kupongeza magavana wetu hapa Taita Taveta, Kilifi, Kwale, hapa Mombasa, Tana River na Lamu, kwa kukubali ya kwamba siasa imeisha, tushikane na Rais William Ruto na serikali ya Kenya Kwanza tusukume maendeleo ya pwani. Na kwa hivyo tunafurahi sana magavana wetu na wajumbe, tushikane pamoja, hapa pwani iko kazi ya kufanywa.
Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has applauded the airline for its effort to expand its flights, saying it has opened the African continent to other countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, the route expansion from Mombasa to Dubai today is a major step towards making Kenya Airways the airlines of choice in Africa and beyond, and paves the way for more direct city pairing within Africa and other tourist source markets. This move will also open up the coast region, encourage trade between Kenya and the Middle East, boost the tourism sector, and create more jobs for residents of this region.
Edwin John Mokora, Lookuptv.
And still on that positive note, telecommunication company Safaricom has announced a reduction in M-Pesa pay bill charges and business-to-customer tariffs in a move to ensure affordability and cushion its customers from the harsh economic times. The telco announced the slashing of charges from bank to M-Pesa wallets by an average of 61%, M-Pesa to bank charges by an average of 47%, which is applicable to customers making M-Pesa to bank transactions. Transactions below 100 shillings still remain zero-rated. The reduced M-Pesa to bank tariffs will also apply to all M-Pesa pay bill payments that customers use for utilities effective 1st of January 2023. Now let's talk matters sports. Kenya's debut at the Global Esports Games started on a wrong foot after the team was eliminated in the competition held in Istanbul, Turkey. In Dota 2 women's category, Kenya went down 2-0 to Thailand at the quarterfinal stage to mark the end of the journey at the maiden global competition.
we've put on a very good fight. We've even stunned them. We've even killed some of them in the gameplays. So I can tell we did pretty well. The big difference is time and experience. Because when you look at their profiles, these are chicks who have been playing for so many years with the same accounts. These girls have gained so much experience. These are people I can say who had the resources throughout, unlike us. So the main difference is the gameplay. They have a good gameplay, the coordination and the communication. That was the big difference.
Gadgets that we found there, they were very advanced keyboards, very advanced. I used a very advanced mouse and the screen as well, and the Wi-Fi was amazing. Some things that I didn't train with back home. So if we could get better equipment as a team, I think it will improve the gaming experience as well.
Yes, I'd actually say it's the difference in the gadgets.
A delegation of players and officials from Korea, India and Japan are the latest to land in Mombasa ahead of the much-awaited Mombasa Open Tong Il Mudo International Martial Arts Competition to be held at the Aga Khan Academy. The India delegation that will be making their first appearance in the competition is led by Ramnak Singh, while Japan team is led by Captain Megumi Nabehishima. Kenya Tong Il Mudo Federation Assistant Secretary Alvis Molipe said more foreign participants have continued to arrive despite budget constraints after the Ministry of Sports delayed the facilitation funds.
It's a milestone for us as a country, as a host, for Mombasa also as a city. We hope we're going to get more audience from Mombasa and all over the country to come and watch their team perform.
I would like to express my deep gratitude to.
And after 2 weeks break, local heavyweights Gor Mahia resume action in Football Kenya Federation Premier League on Sunday when they clash with Kariobangi Sharks at Nyayo National Stadium. 5 matches have been lined up for this Saturday across different venues in the country. Kakamega Homeboys, who are second with 7 points, will be out to cut Tuskers' lead at the top by 2 points when they host FC Talanta at Buhungu Stadium. Lookuptv will broadcast Ulinzi Stars versus Sofapaka at the Ulinzi Sports Complex from 3 p.m. and other matches to take place are as follows. And that is all we had planned out for you here on Lookup Weekend. We appreciate you for watching. And of course, the story about Kenyatta University and Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua saying that good wives come from Kenyatta University. And one of our very own, one of our editors, Wanjiro, famously known as She around here, has graduated today. And of course, I'd like to take this opportunity to officially congratulate her from all the Lookup family. Congratulations, and we hope that you indeed make a good wife. And on that note, we close it right here on Lookup Weekend, but continue watching Lookup TV as in about 28 minutes, The Rush will be coming to you at exactly 9 p.m. And it's one way to usher your weekend with high energy. I am Nancy Nelimah. The sound language interpreter has been Felista Adundo. Good night.